Yes. Good evening, everyone. We are live in today's lesson. Sorry for the sorry that we are late. Please, 9 minutes late. We are very sorry for that. Like I said earlier, we are not expect to get it perfect. Actually, as you can see, there's a little bit change from our previous section. Uh, at least now we are improving. Yeah. So let's uh, talk a bit about our last class. Yes, our last lesson, uh, we talked about introduction to computers, where we explain what is computer and we mention two components of computer, which are hardware and software. Uh, and also we made mention of some operating systems of computer. So I even gave some specification on computers. Uh, if you are willing to get a computer PC for yourself, what you are supposed to look out for, the specification are what I recommend based on what you want to use the computer for. So the in case you miss the class, please check our YouTube channel. You will find the record one. The the record the sorry the lesson was recorded and we have it on our YouTube channel. So now in today's lesson, so now why we are trying to move on to this next lesson in our today's lesson, let's quickly talk about some few things in our today's lesson. So what I would like to talk about is getting to know our computer. So now let me share my screen so that the training can begin. Now I believe you are all can see my screen now. So let's take a look at our system. We all have a cell phone. So our cell phone, once we turn it on, my phone please. Thank you. Our cell phone, we have something like this. So when we turn on our cell phone, we have something we call welcome screen. Welcome screen, like this one on my phone. It actually have a we actually like say the screensaver where we have picture. When we just click our phone like this, we have welcome screen. So likewise on our system, we have welcome screen. So now when we swipe, we have this prompt that said input your pin. When we put the pin, let me put my pin, then the phone is open. So at the welcome screen, the next screen we see is home screen. Home screen. You will find out that in our home screen, in our home screen, we have some few apps on our home screen. Those few apps, we can easily access them because we know that we use those apps more frequent. So we try to bring them to the home screen so that we don't stress ourselves before we have access to it. So now, and in my own example, my phone has the file explorer, the Google Chrome, and some other useful app like calculator, calendar, and so on and so forth. So now, if I want to get other apps that I have on my phone, but I was looking at my home screen. I cannot just bring all the app to the home screen. Everything will be jam packed. I only move the few one I frequently use all the time. So just to bring it to the home screen. So if I want to access my other apps, I can easily swap it off and have access to other apps such as Facebook, Acrobat, AliExpress, um VSoccer, Camera, and some other useful app I use on my phone. So now, just have it in mind that your laptop or your PC is no different from the phone. So now, all these things I've explained so far, using my phone, I'm going to do the same thing on my system. So now, let me share my screen. Let's take a look, guys. So sharing my screen now, we have similar thing. Now, this is my screen. This is my screen. So I don't want to toggle the power button of my system so that you don't get to disconnect the lesson, the internet, so that our lesson will not be interrupted. So now let's assume this is our home screen. Mm. This screen is our home screen. So after we on the system, we get to our welcome screen. We input our password and we get to our home screen. This is our home screen, the one I showed you on the phone. So this is computer home screen. So when you look at the computer, you will see few apps have moved to my home screen because I use those apps frequently. So that's why I just to for easy access, I move them to my home screen so that I can easily access them. But now let's say I'm looking for a app and I don't have it on my um home screen. I can easily go to this button here. It's called start. When I click on it, I will have access to my other apps. So let's assume I don't have a app on my I don't have this particular app on my phone and I want to download it. What will I do? We all know what we do. What we do is to go to our is to go to our what we do is to go to our Play Store. We are all familiar with this app, Play Store. When we click on the Play Store, we can easily download some of the app that we need and we don't have it. So let's say you have your own system too and you just got the laptop. You don't have like you want to access Facebook on your system or WhatsApp or some other app. What will you do in your system? So now let's take a look. So I will share my screen again. So I will easily go to my start button. I'll click on the start icon. I will go to Microsoft Store. Then I will find other app which I don't have on my system. Take for instance, I can easily come to this place and search for Facebook. When I search for Facebook, I can easily get it. So just the same thing you do on your phone. So all these things I'm explaining will help you to be more familiar with your system. Have it in mind that your system, your cell phone is also a computer. The difference between the main computer and your cell phone is that the computer is more advanced technology than your cell phone. But with the help of the phone, you can also get to know your computer. So the same step applies when you are working, when you are with your computer. So you can easily open it because I've downloaded it. If not, you can install it and open it. So you can also search for WhatsApp and some other app you would like to use. What you now get to know, I want to explain to you now is the important thing. One of the important thing you need to know is that you can see that The operating system of your phone is not the same with the system. Take for instance, we all have phone. Like when we talk about our phone, we all say, what phone are you using? We say, I use Android. Okay, what phone do you use? iPhone. Let's have it in mind that iPhone, Android, and our PC, they don't use the same operating system. For instance, let's open our browser to understand some things more. This is my browser. So now, this iPhone operating system, iPhone operating system is iOS. That's the operating system. That's why when you are operating an iPhone, you see that the interface and the way mobile iPhone display is quite different from Android. Because such as Tecno, let's take Tecno for instance. Tecno operating system is what is iOS, a customized version of what Android. So Tecno phone, Samsung, and the likes, they are all using Android operating system, while iPhone or Apple laptop use iOS operating system. So but the other computer like HP and some and the rest frequently use this operating system called window. window so this window is what we are working on presently. So my system right now is window operating system. So how do you get to know what my operating system? Is very easy. You can easily go to your start settings, go to your system, about, then you get to see your operating system. Window, my operating system now is Windows, and is Windows 10 Pro, which the version is 22H2. So that's how you get to know the operating system and some other specification about your computer. I've explained more about it in our previous class. So if you want to know more, you can go back to the video and watch it again. Why I explain more on this I explain more on this topic. So now, so why we want to download an app on our system? We know we go to Microsoft store. So that's where we get app for the for our system when you are using window operating system. So now we are going to see how we can create folder, arrange our folder, and the likes. How we can be well organized on our system. So looking at this button, there are some apps here. Looking at this button, there are some apps here. I'm going to explain those apps shortly. So now, looking at our course outline for today, let me open mine. So the course outline have been sent to us, I believe. So can all clearly see what we have to cover in today's lesson. But all the thing I've said so far is just additional. Although I believe it will really help to get to know your computer. That's why I have to cover all these parts as well. So file management, creating, organizing, and managing files folder. So now, before we get to that, let me quickly explain those things for you. I've explained this one here on the home screen. This apps here, this place is called taskbar. In the taskbar, you always have the open app. Any app you open will always be here. Take for instance, I open my Microsoft Word now. It's not here, it's not here, right? Then let me open it. So immediately I open the app, eventually the apps appear here. You can all see it appears here. Even if I minimize, I still have it here because I didn't actually close the app, I just minimize it. So the app is still here. So when I close the app, eventually it disappear. So when I open it, it reappear. So now there are some app I have not opened at all, but still they are here. Like my calculator, my music app, my browser, Microsoft Edge, and the likes. So now, why are this one not open but they are there? I purposely tax it there. I purposely place those things there so that they can be more easy for me to access than the one I have on my home screen. So this one, I will have to double click it before I can be able to open it. Like those one I have here. Like this Google Chrome I have here in account. Before I can access, I will double click on it. But this one I don't need to double click. A single click can easily open the app. So it's more convenient and easy way to access your um program or software or apps. So I can easily remove it by going to this place and right click. You can right click on it, then unpin from taskbar. I've removed the app from the taskbar. I can easily bring it back by opening the app. After opening the app, I will now click on this. I will right click again. This option prompt will prompt up. Then I will click on pin to taskbar. When I pin to taskbar, even after I close the app, I will still have it here. So now I can easily move it from here to the back. I can move it front, either of the way. Wow. So that's that. So that's the reason why we also have this one here. So I'm going to close this now. So I want another thing I will explain to you before we move on is that when you open an app, let's say this app, my browser is open. Always notice these three buttons here. These three buttons is here. So when I put my cursor on it, each one, I will have what the name of those icon says. This one here says minimize. The second one, restore down, minimize, which means you want to minimize the app. That means you want to close the app, but you want to remove the app from the screen, but you don't want it to be closed. I repeat, you want to remove the app from the screen, but you don't want it to be closed. So now let me click on it now. The I'm no longer seeing the app because I've minimized it. If I want to bring it out, I can easily go back to my taskbar, which I've explained earlier. I click on it and the screen will appear again. So that's that. You minimize it, the page is to restore down, then you can bring it back to visibility, out of visibility back to visibility. So the second option is that you want to scale it down, you want to restore it down. This thing fill the entire screen. I may have a project I want to work on, and at the same time I want to open my browser. So I can easily restore it down so that I can be working on two window. So now let me restore it down. You can see how it's restored down. Then I can easily go to another app and open it. So now let me open my Excel. So with my Excel open, I can easily move it one side and be working on it at the same time looking at my browser as well. So I can easily be working on this while I'm also looking at the screen here. So that is it. If I want to see the entire screen of this of my browser, I can easily come to this place. When I bring my cursor on it, you will see maximize. I want to maximize the screen to cover the I want to maximize the app to cover the entire screen. So now the last option is close. We all know what that is. That is just to close the entire app. When you click on it, it will not restore down. It will not go out of visibility and restore down. But instead, it will close the entire app. So when I click on it, the entire app is closed. So that's what these three icons are working for. So that's how it goes. So now let's talk about the file now. Everyone in the class, we all let's check our phone again. Take a look at the phone. We all we all take photos with our phone. We download videos. We even collect movies from our friends using sender uh, or any form of app to receive movies, or can also share pictures, music. We download a lot of things. In fact, we have file on our phone. All these things, where are they stored? They are stored in our file explorer. So we have our file. Like mine now, I have this here. I say file, file. When I click on it, any file sent to me via WhatsApp, I can easily see it. Any file sent to me via sender, I can easily see it. And as I'm receiving those files, I'm seeing that my space is getting filled filled up. Because let's say I have 1 gigabyte and I collected a movie that is worth up to 300 and 330, or let's say 300 megabytes. So I have 700 megabytes left. So now that same things apply to the computer. Your computer always come with a storage, where you store your file, video, images, file, documents, and so on, like that. So now, where is our file on the system? We have our file here. This is our file. When we click on window button on our system and click E, we see our file explorer open. The file explorer is where our file has been stored. When we work on any app such as Excel, Word, InDesign, Acrobat, CorelDRAW, or whatever, all these files we have to save them so that we don't lose it in the future. So that we try to save it on the system. So now, how can we organize our file now? So let's see how we create file. So let's use Word now. We go to Microsoft Word. We go to Microsoft Word. We create a new file. Then we can easily bring in some information. Let's bring in some information. I have these documents here. So let me copy the information and paste it in our new document that we just created. Then I can easily save it. So immediately I save it, I can close the document. Then when I go to my file explorer, which I've pinned to the taskbar, I can easily click it. Then go to my download and I will see my documents. Most time when you want to save your documents, you have to know where you want to save it, because there are sometimes they will give you unknown location. Then if you don't change the location where you want to save your files up. Why? Because I have different file and they are all jam packed together. Manage the file for now. Mm. So now take look at this first one here. I have BEEBAN'S, which is Word. Looking at this, looking at this, you will see that this is a Word document. If this thing is not large enough, you can easily come to this place. You can enlarge it more. So now when you click on Control Shift 2, Control Shift 2, you can enlarge the icon. So now this, if the icon is too small, you can bolden it here. Then you can also make it big here. So we have Word document. This is PDF file. This is Word file, PDF file. This one here is InDesign file. You can see it's quite different. We have the icon ID. This is Adobe Illustrator file. This one here. And we also have other file such as, take for instance in our download now, we have other files such as Photoshop file and some other file like that. So now we also have Excel file. You can also have Excel file. So what we will do now is that you will create a folder to organize your file. So how do you create folder? What you do is that you will right click, you will see new, then you click on folder. You will see this folder. It will rename new folder automatically. Then you can easily rename it and say word file, word file. So in other words, you can put MS, Microsoft Word file. Then when you are done, you click enter. So we have folder now created for only Microsoft Word files. Then what I will do is that I will click on the file and drag it inside. I will click on the file and drag it inside the folder I've created. That is how you can move it. If I open the folder, I will find the file inside. Then if I click on this icon, I can make it bolder. So now let me return back to documents. So now I still have other Microsoft Word file which I would like to move to this folder. So I can easily click on it, then click on it, hold control and click on this one too. Hold control and click on this one. So that's all the Word file, Word document I have here. So I will now move it to the folder I created for Word files. So I can easily move it. As you can see, you can see three. Now I will move it, move to Microsoft Word files. I will move it. So I have all my Microsoft Word app in one place like this. So now going back to my documents, I still have some other file like PDF file. So now what I will do is that I will create another folder and name it PDF files. So any PDF file in my document, I will move all the file. I will click control, click on this control, 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 then left click, control, left click, control, left click, control, left click. Then I will move them into the PDF files. So I have my Word file in Microsoft Word files folder. Then I have my PDF files inside PDF PDF file folder. So now I have pictures, images. I can create another folder, new folder, then name it images, then click enter. Then I will now look at what another trick I'm about to show you now. So we have the images, they are from here to here. So the images go this way: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we have 14 images that are lined up, that they go accordingly. So since there is no any other file in between the these images, I can easily start with the first one, hold shift and click on the last one. When I click, it will highlight and automatically select the one between the first and the last. So what I will now do is that I will not drag this time around. What I will do is to press Ctrl C, as we are going to discuss more about the shortcut keys in our next in our future lesson. So now let let us have a taste of those lesson of those things now. So now I will click on Ctrl C. Yeah. I will click on Ctrl C. Sorry, if I click on Ctrl C, then I paste it in the image, I will still have copies of those images here, which means I just copied it. But now I want to move the entire images and paste and move it to the image file. So what I will do now, instead of me to click on Control C, I will click Control X. So you can see that the images is somehow blurry than when I click Control C. So this indicate that you are about to move these images. So where did I want to move it to? I will now double click the image folder that is empty for now. I will double click on it. Then click I will click Control V. That will make the the images visible in the image folder. So now I have my image moved from documents. So the images are no longer in documents, but they are in the folder named images. So I've pasted those uh, uh, pictures or images in the image folder. So what I will do next is that I'm going to create another document, another folder. Then I will name it InDesign file. InDesign file. Sorry. Yes, it's correct. InDesign files. So then I will move my InDesign file. I will Control X, double click, Control V to paste. Then I have my in Adobe Illustrator folder, new folder, Illu- Illustrator folder. Okay, Illustrator files. So I know that this folder is named for Illustrator file. So now what I will do now is that I will use my cursor to highlight those files, then click and drag it into the folder. So I have Excel file as well. Create another folder, Excel file. Then I will move my Excel file to it. So now look at the way the document is before and look at it now. Is it not well organized? We can all clearly see that it is well organized. So when I go to my document now, when I come to my document now, everything is set. I have my Excel file inside my Excel folder. I have my Illustrator file, InDesign file. They are well organized. I can easily locate any file. I can easily search for any file I want to search for in the folder. So these are some of the things we are going to cover in today's lesson. So in today's lesson so far, we have learned how to create documents, how to organize our documents and manage our files and folder. So this will be what we are going to discuss in our today's lesson. Hope you guys enjoyed today's lesson. Mhm. So we have learned a lot in today's lesson. We discussed about how our system is not quite different from the mobile phone we are using. Mhm. We are not supposed to be looking at computer as if it's something that is a mystery that we cannot understand it, or we cannot really know, I can't use it. No, as far as we can use a mobile phone, we can use our system. So it's just the same thing. When you on your phone, you get to the welcome screen. And the welcome screen can display a picture or view or any picture. Then when you tap on the welcome screen, it shows you to put your password. Then when you put your password, you get to the home screen. The home screen, you always have some few apps that you can easily access. Some of the most used app you can bring those few app most used app on the home screen so that you can easily access this app. So likewise on your system, you have welcome screen. When you put your password, then you get to the home screen. The home screen, you can easily bring in some most of your most used app on the home screen. Likewise, we also discuss about the taskbar. The taskbar, you can also easily access those apps on the taskbar. So, and another thing is that on the taskbar, you always have the open software. Any software you are using, you are currently using, the software will always appear on the taskbar. And you can also pin some software to the taskbar. When you are using, they are there. When you are not using them, they are always there for quick access. And today we also discuss how we can create, manage our file and folder. So this is what we have covered so far in today's lesson. So we don't forget, we also made mention of operating system. So on our device, we all have one operating system, whether we are using Samsung, Tecno, and the likes. By using iPhone, we have operating system designated for iPhone or Apple laptop, which is iOS. For the Tecno, Samsung, Infinix, and some likes like that, we have a designated operating system for this phone, which are Android operating system. But for most of the computers, we have Windows operating system. And the one we are using for this lesson, the operating we are using for this lesson is Windows operating system. So on our phone, we have movies, file, documents. So thank you very much for, for your time. So if you have any question or you need further assistance on what we have covered today, you can easily get in touch with us. You can send us a direct message via WhatsApp, and you can also give us a call. So thank you very much. So if you have any idea to give us or in any way we can improve, we would like to hear your feedback. So this is Adebanjo from BEEBAN'S Media. If you find this video helpful, you can also share the link to your friends so that if they have interest in it, they can easily go to our YouTube channel to watch record the the recorded video. So we are going to have it on our YouTube channel. So kindly subscribe and like. So we appreciate everyone that attend this class today. So thank you for your time. We are really grateful. So this is how we'll be coming to the end of today's lesson. So thank you. Bye for now.